Hey, what's say, man? This is Jump Around Podcast. We jump from here there to a little bit of everywhere. And today we back again with my boy Tommy. What's good, my boy?
It's good, man. I'm doing good, bro. How you been?
Chilling, man. Same old, same old. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
already
Hey,
knowing.
before we get started, man, y'all go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe because a lot of y'all be viewing but ain't subbing. Go ahead and hit that bell as well. You know what I'm saying? Hey, stay to the end of the video because we got some shit to talk about for sure, for sure. Y'all definitely gonna want to hear it for sure. Hey, man, go ahead and check out that last interview I just did. I just interviewed 48 Yachty. You know what I'm saying? He's a legend in my home city. We got more interviews coming up. Y'all stay tuned for that. What's going on, my boy? What's happening in the world today?
Shit, man. I mean, not too much, nothing too crazy, nothing too wild for you today, man. Um, but we do have some fucking record-breaking sales and shit this month, man. I don't know if you know that streamer that records like interviews with like rappers and gaming and stuff. Like he games. His name is Aiden Ross.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that motherfucker just purchased um some land and a house in Davie, Florida. And he set the record amount purchased for a land purchase in general for only 10 acres of estate.
How much was the house?
He paid $25.5 million for 10-acre real estate.
For 10 acres?
Yes, in Florida, 10 acres.
Why?
Now, from the picture of the house, that shit's got like its own fucking pond type shit with fountains and shit. It's a big ass house, big ass mansion. It's got a pool in the back, all types of shit like that.
Man,
But
fuck all
spent
that, bro.
25 million.
25 million. I better have my own island.
I
Like,
swear,
man,
bro.
fuck 10 acres. I better have my own island, cause I can have a man. What, bro? That's just
Yeah.
not smart. Like,
No, it's not.
oh wait,
But
wait,
that
wait, wait,
goes
wait,
to
wait, wait, wait,
show
wait,
how
wait, wait.
much
Hold on,
money
hold on,
he's
hold on.
pulling in, though,
Wait, wait,
cuz.
wait. You say he spent $25 million on 10 acres, right?
Hmm.
How the fuck does he have so much money?
That's what I'm
Like,
wondering.
what
Now,
else
I
does he
know
do besides stream? I have to know.
that's it. All he does is stream.
He
Now,
don't do
I
nothing
do
else.
nothing else. I know he does have investments in places. Like he just signed a Kick brand deal. There's no like solid number on it, but supposedly it was close to 8 figures, a deal that he signed. And then any creator, I'm assuming any creator that he brings along with him, he's probably gonna take a chunk of their change too. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah,
Because that's how that works.
but dog, I don't I don't understand. Like, streamers are really generating this much money, bro. It's crazy. Like
Yeah,
that's
not
really
for
crazy
real.
if you ask me.
So supposedly, this is what I hear right here. It says as of late 2024 and early 2025, it says that his estimated net worth was around 24 million. Now we know that is just his net worth purely goes off of his assets at the moment, meaning stock market, real estate, whatever.
Who, Aiden Ross?
Yes, Aiden Ross. But
Yeah.
they did not configure in that it is highly speculated that he has signed $100 million deal with Kick.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. God
His
damn, 100 million.
streaming contract. It says he is one of the highest paying paid streamers. He hourly is reported to get between $10,000 to $99,000 an hour.
God damn. All right, I got. This is my question. I never watched none of their stream. I don't watch none of these streamers and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just not my thing. It's not. What did he do? What does he do on stream?
Bro, sit there, talk to the chat, and that's it's
About what?
he's what Kai Cenat fucking got started. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't even know
Off
what
of.
content do on stream. Like, I thought them boys like play video games and shit, but they don't.
So
Obviously
they
don't.
got two different streaming platforms. One is for specifically just for gaming, and the other is just for dude. They do whatever they want and then they stream it. Like, for instance, Aiden Ross, he got really, really famous because all he did was have Tory Lanez,
He did that freestyle.
and he did that freestyle on his podcast. Everybody was allowed to smoke and just chill. It was a hangout spot. And they just hung out, rapped and shit on the fucking stream. Now, I'm sure Aiden...
So that's all he does. He just gets famous people to come on his stream and sit there and chill.
Yeah, and then people watch it.
And that's entertaining to people?
Yeah, I guess so. It's just entertaining to people, I guess.
I mean, to each his own, I guess, yeah. I mean, I prefer watching podcasts because, you know, you hear people talk about stuff, they tell stories, you learn shit. You know, it's interesting. But, like, watching those streams and shit, like, I tried watching one time, and I was just like, bro, they just sitting there doing their little shit and looking at the screen. Oh, hey, what's up, da-da-da? Hey, welcome to the chat.
Watch them sleep. Like, I know there's a few streamers that, like, are in Kai Cenat's crew, who literally stream 24/7 to stream themselves sleep and take showers and all that different shit, bro.
I'm not watching that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not. No.
Nah, neither am I.
I mean, to each his own.
They'll have a consistent 2,000 people, 4,000 people
That's
watching.
Crazy.
But what makes it even worse, you know what I mean, is like, okay, let's say between everything, Aiden Ross does have $100 million, and he signed another $100 million with Kick, right? So he's got $200 million he made. Well, he still gets paid off of donations and shit from the people. And, like, bro, I was looking at some of the fucking donations, and some of his highest donations are, like, $1,000 at a time, $2,000 at a time, bro.
Shit. Maybe I need to start streaming. Fuck.
And you would assume that it's from other fucking streamers and shit, right? You would think that the biggest donations are from other fucking streamers.
Why would another streamer pay another streamer? That's like we both work at McDonald's. I work the fries, you make the burgers, and we pay each other. Man, what the hell no?
Right?
Fuck no, that's retarded.
I could understand.
I ain't gonna lie.
Like a collaboration.
I would think somebody, maybe a celebrity would do something like that. But like, I'm pretty sure this is like a regular average Joe that just got some bread and just a fan. And that's wild. I mean, to each his own. I ain't judging. I ain't trying to hate on nobody hustle. But it's just like, dang, that's...
But it does say that he's required to stream an estimated of 100 out to 125 hours a month on Kick. But it said that he made anywhere from $50 to $75 million last year and is projected to make well over the $75 million this year.
That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I might need to start being a streamer, hell, because I mean, if I can stream myself sleeping, people are watching them make money. Man, that's the easiest job ever.
Telling you. And got famous, the way he got famous and rich too was we'll say he paid fucking Tory Lanez $10,000 to come onto the podcast or onto the stream, you know what I'm saying? And he probably got donated that much, you know what I'm saying? The rest of he probably made $1 million off that fucking stream, and still probably to this day making money off that fucking stream.
I wonder what was his start from scratch point, because he had to have some type of like a good amount of money to start with. He didn't just start from like he was broke and came up. Like, no, because thing is like he don't seem interesting at all. Like, at all.
Apparently I don't want to make no speculations, but apparently he's Jewish. And so
he is Jewish.
He used a bunch of money that he had from like bar mitzvah shit to build his streaming setup.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then
hey, shout out to him for that. I mean, he opened doors for other streamers to get rich off of us. So, I mean, shout out to him for real. You know.
That's why I say kudos to them streamers, because it's like even like Kai Cenat, like he didn't have to do Streamers University. You said what?
I said they kind of weird, but hey, shout out to them.
Nah, they definitely weird as fuck. They definitely funky ass motherfuckers, but they definitely paved, like I would say a spotlight for some smaller streamers to actually come up.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Make some money and shit. But yeah, no, he broke the fucking sale. $25 million on a 10-acre estate. That is fucking crazy. I would have bought it down.
I wonder what's the taxes on that shit.
Right? Taxes on that must be crazy.
Right? Like, God.
And he's in Florida. So
wait. If he's in Florida, he bought that house in Florida?
Mm-hmm.
He ain't got to pay no taxes on that house.
Really?
If you buy a house in Florida and it's not your main residence, you don't have to pay taxes on that house. So that was a smart move to buy that house in Florida. Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I ain't know that. That makes
Yeah.
so much fucking sense. That's definitely why you don't have to pay the
Why you
taxes on the
think
two
so
point
many
five.
people, like, when they retire, they go buy a house in Florida for a vacation home? Because they don't got to pay no taxes on it. They just rent it out. Airbnb it, make some money.
That's crazy, cause you just put me on something I had no idea about.
Yes, sir. Look on your free time. Look it up
Yeah, no, I'm definitely about to look that up. That's
for
fucking
sure.
crazy as fuck.
For sure.
Oh, but that would definitely make sense because you know them like they're coming for taxes already. I mean, he's based out of L.A., out of California. If that's not his main
Right.
residence, you feel what I'm saying? So then he's getting charged like 34% in taxes. And if he made $75 million, we'll just say 75 million. You know what I mean, just to be generous or
Right.
give him a less amount that he actually made. He owes what he paid on that house in taxes, and he probably used it as a tax write-off.
For a content house. Honestly, when he bought it, he probably, if he's smart, he probably did one or two things. He either bought that house under whatever business he owned name, or he bought that house and put it in trust.
Which would have been the smartest option for him, because I also know that he doesn't stream in his original, like in a house. He streams in a warehouse where a room
Really.
is built to replicate his actual room at his
That's
house.
smart. That's smart.
And I think that is smart as fuck. I think that's to avoid the swatting, because he was getting swatted a lot.
That avoids a lot of problems, honestly. That avoids a whole lot of problems.
But I do know he
Excuse
owns
me.
20% of Phase.
Of what?
Phase. You know the
Oh,
gaming?
yeah. He
Yeah, he
do?
owns 20% of them motherfuckers.
Really?
Yes, that means that, like, by logistics, dude owns every creator, a little bit of them, who makes content for Phase. And he gets
Right.
paid
That's
off of their
smart as
content.
fuck.
And
He's smart as shit.
he's not, he
That's
don't even
smart.
make Phase content.
That's so smart. That's smart. That's smart motherfucker, boy. I ain't gonna
Oh,
lie.
he's definitely smart with his damn money. But yeah, there's no personal income tax in Florida, for one. So you don't have to pay income taxes in Florida.
Right.
And two, like you were saying, if your house is a second residency, then you do not have to pay property tax on that house.
Exactly. You might have to pay taxes on the land if you want to own the land, but the house
Yeah,
itself, nope.
that's fucking crazy.
See, put you on to something. See, I'm telling y'all, y'all need to just chill and listen, man. Put you on some game. I'm telling you,
If
man.
it also says that if you own property in Florida and you want to make it your residency, like permanent residency,
Hmm.
it brings the value, it reduces your property asset value by $50,000.
Damn. For real? 50,000?
Yes,
That's
bro.
crazy. It depreciate that much?
Depreciates that much just off you changing it to your permanent residence. So it's honestly better to buy a house in Florida that's not your permanent residence.
Oh, you know
See,
what they looking at it as? It's just like a car. You know how you say you buy a brand new car, as soon as you drive it off the lot, it depreciates by 50% basically?
yeah.
Same shit. Same
I
shit.
mean, I mean, yeah, but
Cause you
you know,
put it as your
houses
residency,
and land go up every year, though.
but you
You
gotta
know,
think though, you put it as your residency, you basically saying, yeah, I live here. You know what
you're
I'm
right.
saying?
You're right.
Versus, oh, you just got this house and ain't nobody been here. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that is fucking still crazy
Yeah,
though that
nah,
you
that's still
still.
crazy to appreciate that fucking much. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, because that means like if you, let's say for instance, you went ahead and were like, you know what, I got some extra money, I'm gonna go buy this $200,000 lake house or fucking beach house in Florida, and then you're like, you know what, I want to go, I'm gonna live out there for a few years, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna change it to my permanent residence so I can get my mail there, and that shit drops down to $150,000.
I mean, but that like so is it only if you change it, or is it like if you buy a house and you like, oh, this gonna be my permanent residency?
It's only if you already own the property. So
Okay,
it's
I got
if
you. I
like
got
you bought that bitch and then you decided you were wanting to change it to your permanent residence. Then it's gonna lower it down to $50,000, which doesn't make sense to me though.
you. Yeah, that's still fucked
Un-
up.
Unless they're thinking of it in a rental standpoint, is like, okay, if you didn't have this as your permanent residency, then most likely you were renting this bitch out. So any damages that come along with that shit, we don't want to be. But that still don't make sense to me because the state don't
It's
have to cover
fucking
that shit.
mine. You don't gotta pay for the shit.
Right. So that's why I don't. That don't make no sense.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid. I ain't gonna lie. That's stupid.
That's just them keeping 50 grand because they want that shit, or to avoid people doing that.
Yeah, cause I mean they already like, hey, you ain't gotta pay no fucking taxes if you own the bitch if this not your residency. But now you
Trying
trying
to
to
keep
get
people from
over.
moving there.
Yeah, you think you about to switch over and get over and not still pay no taxes. Nah, cause what they'll do it, cause what somebody probably did that, not have to pay no taxes, enjoyed the house, and fucking made it their main residency and sold it. And got to
Yeah.
add some money off of it. And they was like, hell no, we not about to have that happen.
Exactly. That is exactly what it was.
But
Yeah.
yeah, if you put it like that, it makes sense.
Yeah. I think so. If you put it like that, it does make sense. I think.
Cause you got
I
people,
think.
cause then you have hundreds of people trying to get over like that. You know what I mean?
Right. It'd be a fucking infinite fucking loop for people trying to get
Mm-hmm.
over on some damn shit.
Yep.
But going on to the fucking next topic, man. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but Blueface and Chrisean Rock got back together with each other after being split up for a while because of their toxic relationship, and now they're having problems again, and it's
Uh,
been like three
no
days.
shit, they having problems. Them two motherfuckers, they'll get on my goddamn nerves. I swear. What they do now? Wait, how they get back together? Ain't he in jail?
So
He in
that's the
prison.
thing. That's the thing, right? They back together. Apparently, she's been visiting her. Apparently, she's been staying in his spot while he's at prison.
Oh yeah, I
And there
seen
was
the video.
video
Like the house is
footage.
like dirty as fuck.
Yeah, the video footage came out online. I don't know who recorded it, but somebody fucking snaked that bitch out and showed everybody how dirty that girl was, or not even dirty, but in either a depressional state clearly because of how messy like this bitch ain't cleaned up, or she's just
Nah,
a
I
dirty
saw
woman.
it.
You know what I mean? She don't clean up after herself. Who knows? I can't say. I never met her, but either way, that house was fucking destroyed,
I feel like
nasty.
that shit was like that beforehand, bro. I feel like that shit been like that.
You feel like it? I
Yeah,
I would see it more. I would feel like it would be Blueface before it be Chrisean. You know what I'm saying?
it's both of them, bro. It's both of them. Look at how they act. They honestly,
Word.
Chrisean is more unhinged than Blueface, but Blueface is still just as fucked up as her. He's just more calm with it. You know what I'm saying? So, both of them are the problem. Neither one of them, like, I can't defend neither one of them because both of them are the problem.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think they need to just split the fuck up. I don't know why why Blueface even let that happen. You know what I'm saying?
I, I mean, honestly, this is my thoughts. I feel like Blueface is looking at it as a money thing. He know he gonna be able to get good content with her, and it's gonna go up because it's some bullshit, and people feed off bullshit. They love watching negativity. He know
Mm-hmm.
he got down make all these bullshit videos of them arguing, having relationship problems, blah 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 blah. They gonna get millions and millions of views, and they gonna make hella money. He don't even have to rap no more just because of their relationship. Think
Word.
about it,
You think
bro.
that's all it is?
For him,
I
unfortunately
would.
for him, but I feel like for her, she's really like got her heart into it. which is sad to me. But at the same time, you're still a part of the problem. Cause even though you might have real feeling into it, you still do dumb shit. Like let's not hide the fact. Let's not hide it, bro.
Nah, facts. I think that that shit was toxic to begin with. I don't even. That's all it could be for me is that he's simply either running out of money or money slowing down, and he realizes it, catches wind of it, and he's like, all right, well, let's throw Chrisean right back in the mix.
You talking about
It'll
running
throw
out of
some
money?
publicity on my name, make me a little bit of money.
Listen, I'm gonna say it like this, brother. Check me out. You got a rapper, right? Most rappers are not living like you think they are. You feel me?
Facts.
Two, he just got a legal charge, which means he had to spend money on lawyers, court fees, whoop. They know he a rapper. They gonna bust him across the head for all that. And now you're in prison. Shit is extremely expensive in prison. He ain't got no
Yeah,
money. He gonna do whatever he can for some money.
right.
What you think he doing?
Shit. I heard. They overpriced the fuck out of everything just so you can't get shit.
Bro, you know how much an Android you gotta pay for an Android in prison? Or you gotta pay
Fucking
like 1,500 to 2 bands for an Android.
yeah.
Like shit is expensive back there, bro. Like trust me, it's expensive.
For a cracked up, beat up ass Android that barely worked.
Bro, listen, I can take you can take a cigarette and probably make like $10 off one cigarette type shit.
Nah, facts. That shit is crazy.
Like you can get rich in prison. Honestly, if you have the capability to like get shit in there, you can get rich in prison for real, for real. But you
Mm-hmm.
know, I would tell people don't fucking go to prison to get rich because that's the most backwardest shit ever. Where you can be free and get
Right?
rich. You know what I'm saying? Actually, be out here and be able to spend the money. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Like, do not think I'm glorifying prison at all, cause fuck no, I'm just stating facts. You know what I'm saying? But no, no,
Absolutely. My
no,
uncle was
cause
telling me
even
that.
though you can get rich in prison, it's not fucking easy. You probably get stabbed.
Yeah, no, you definitely gonna have some turf wars up in that bitch. Like
Yeah,
you ain't allowed to sell that because I sell that. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Shit.
exactly,
Or just the simple fact is, you're with that crew, I'm with this crew, and I don't like that you selling shit. You digging into my profits.
exactly. Like, bro,
There ain't this many people on the block. You know what I'm saying?
I be seeing my
Around
little
here.
cousin on Instagram. I be telling him to stay the fuck off Instagram. But man, this motherfucker got fucking two big ass knives like that. Like knives bigger than him, goddamn. And I'm like, what the fuck? But he got to do that because he making money back there. He got to protect
Yeah.
himself. Think about it,
Yeah, man.
y'all. You have to worry about somebody stabbing you with a makeshift knife that is bigger than your forearm because you trying to make some money. You do not want to go to fucking prison.
Fuck that. And the
like,
food trash, bro.
hell no, fuck that all the way.
Fuck that in every way possible, bro. Hey, but did you hear fucking? I don't know if you did or not, but did you
Huh?
hear about Diddy or not? Not Diddy, but Kanye West going to Diddy's trial.
He about to take the stand or he just went?
He went in his support stance in an
Oh,
all-white suit.
oh.
Now, people were mad as fuck at him first, and I'm gonna ask you your opinion on that. But I will tell you this: he was only there for 9 minutes, and then his ass got up and he left.
Hmm.
So I can only imagine what he heard in that 9 minutes for him to
Hmm.
get up out of that support chair.
He didn't hear shit to make him leave. I can tell you that right now about Kanye. You seen what he did? What was that? Met Gallup? It was some award show. Bro, he just went, walked the carpet, and left with his wife. He didn't
Yeah,
even stay to the show. Like that's Kanye. He gonna do that. He's not gonna stay. But
he just wanted to clout her. Oh,
him,
now my name's in y'all's mouth.
no. Kanye not a clout chaser. I don't think. I don't. I don't feel like Kanye a clout chaser. I just feel like he unhinged for real. I just feel like he's the shit Kanye probably done been through, and that the shit that he knows with him being a billionaire and being the things he's involved in. I mean, it would drive a man crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he gonna say things, he gonna do things that's taboo, but so far as him showing up in Diddy support in an all white suit,
I just think it's funny.
It's a symbolism. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm.
think about it like this. Did you see when he did the DJ Academics interview in the all black KKK outfit?
Yeah.
That was a symbolism. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So him showing up with that, the symbolism. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now exactly what that symbolism is.
I'm going off record to say that it is a symbolism for the truth, because everybody refers white with purity, with cleansiness, with truth, and not only that, was Diddy having parties every year, once a year, called the all white parties, and it wasn't like all white people had to go, but everybody that
Everybody
was
was wearing
there
all white.
dressed
Yeah,
in
yeah.
all white.
You know what? You know what I think he doing? Think
Hmm.
about it like this. We know Diddy is a deplorable, disgusting man, right?
Hmm.
But we also know so are a lot of people that are in Hollywood and the people that are pulling the strings above him, right?
Hmm.
So he goes there in an all white suit and supporting him, right?
Yeah.
What if he's trying to symbolize that no, free Puffy because why are y'all trying to condemn this man when y'all do the same things and worse?
Mm.
He might be
Mm.
going as a symbol to call them hypocrites.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a possibility. That would make sense, and that would be some deep shit. And
That's just my
Kanye,
thoughts on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's true. I ain't in the man's head, but that's just a theory.
yeah, no, Kanye definitely said some wild ass shit. So
Cause you
I mean,
gotta think, bro. Kanye think on a different level than most people. Like the truth is strange, always stranger than the fiction. You know, and people that are crazy, that are deemed crazy, usually say a whole lot of things that make sense. You just have
yeah,
to look at it more abstract.
yeah, no, absolutely. He is definitely one of those people I would say that thinks of things very fucking abstractly,
Exactly. Cause at the end of the
completely
day,
different than anybody else I've ever seen.
exactly. Cause at the end of the day, that man knows shit we don't know. He done been through shit we ain't been through. So
Yeah,
you never know. I don't feel like he's like condoning the shit that he does or the shit he's did allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Well, I ain't gonna say allegedly. It's kind of proving that he done that shit. But you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think he's condoning that shit. I just feel like because you ever notice he always like taking shots at the higher ups. He's always taking
yeah.
shots at them. So I feel like that's just what it is, bro. He's taking shots at them, and he's gonna continue to do it, but in his own way.
Shit. Speaking of Kanye, I mean, this is kind of off the record, but have you seen that video going around of supposedly what people are calling the real Kanye or the 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 cloned Kanye or something?
What?
So basically, I can send you the video, but there's a guy that like supposedly
You
he
talking about it's
he
like a homeless
found this
dude?
guy sitting on a park bench, all
You
right,
talking like it's a homeless
and
dude?
nah, it was just all over YouTube and all over TikTok and all that shit. So I know it's not AI formulated because the people in it you can tell are not AI, but I don't think the person is Kanye. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think he is. But there is a little bit of conspiracy behind it saying that it is Kanye and they lobotomized him, cloned him, and then this is the Kanye we have now. Because,
The Kanye we
oh,
have now is the clone Kanye.
yes,
I don't believe that.
saying that he's, and I personally, I think he is. I think he is the clone Kanye.
I don't
This
believe
version.
that. All right,
Only because he looks completely different than when he used to, what he used to look like. He went away for a year. One thing that Kanye always said, he always said this, anytime he got in the paparazzi view or whatever, he always said, if I, for some reason, just go away for a while, they got me. They cloned me. You know what I'm saying? So, for me, it's conspiracy. I don't know if it's true. I
all
don't
right.
know if
I
it's true
say
or
it like
not.
this.
But the guy that recorded the video, it looked like Kanye, but it just looked like in a sense a cracked out version of him. You know what I'm saying? Like a Walmart version of the Kanye we see right now. But it looked like his facial structures, his facial features, they look like Kanye. And people are trying to say that's the bombadized version of him.
No,
But
man, no. Check me out. All right, I'm a debunk that for you real quick.
mm,
All right, so I done been out and I got a little cousin that looks exactly like me. There's been
okay.
plenty of instances where people run up on somebody and be like, "Dang, you look exactly like me," and have no type of relations. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It happens. People can go out and get a haircut and look exactly like somebody. You know what I mean? And then too, if they clone Kanye, why would they clone a Kanye that's rebellious and a tyrant? Why
Maybe
wouldn't they
that's his
clone
script.
Kanye to make him obedient and to go with the agenda they're trying to push?
But my thing is what if he is being obedient? What if
How?
this is what they're telling him to do? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so.
Possibility. I don't think so neither. I don't think that the video is real. Just like you said, there are doppelgangers. There's people who look like other people. You know what I mean? You're always gonna find there's a person that probably looks exactly like fucking me. I mean, you seen the videos of fucking the guy who looks just like Logan Paul, dressing up as Logan Paul and shit, pretending to be Logan Paul.
Bro, how many
So
times we
it's
seen impersonators look exactly like that person?
right, right. No, you're right. Exactly. Like I mean, we have stunt doubles that do the actions for actors. So you
Exactly,
got a point
bro.
there. Got a point there.
So I'm not believing they clone. Nah, hell nah. Fuck no. They like
But I know
if they
you
gonna
you
clone
watch.
somebody, bro, they're gonna say what?
Go ahead.
I was about to say if they're gonna clone somebody, bro, they're gonna clone somebody that's. I feel like if they're gonna clone somebody, the only clone they would be is somebody in a position of power that has attempts on their life, such as the president, uh, congressmen, like, shit like that, world leaders type shit. Those would be the
I
only ones accessible to something like that. Not no fucking Kanye West.
I agree. I agree. I feel like they would go for somebody of a higher caliber first. But my thought
They're not
process.
gonna disclose that type of technology to Kanye West. No,
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't think so.
no.
I think that there's all. I think that cloning. I mean, I know for a fact cloning is real.
Fuck yeah, bro. They
But
can clone animals. They can clone people.
huh?
They can clone animals. So I know they can clone people.
Right. So that's my thing. I know it's real, but like my thought process is like maybe they already did. You know what I'm saying?
Already
And
what?
they're just running their little program, or they just agreed that they would do it. Because my thing is it has to be scary enough. There has to be some type of repercussion that is scary enough for people not to want to act on the wrong thing that you're doing, right? So, like for instance, in the Diddy trial, the reason Diddy and Oprah got away with what they were doing for so long was because everybody was afraid to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
They have power.
Huh?
They have power.
Yeah, they have power. They were afraid to speak out. They know, okay, if I speak out, I'm gonna die. You know what I mean? It's been said that it, Diddy's the one who put the hit out on Tupac, but and I wouldn't be surprised at that because Puffy, or not Puffy, Biggie was Diddy's artist, and
He got him killed.
he got Biggie killed. Why wouldn't he get Tupac killed? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm pretty sure he done got a lot of people knocked off. Where he blew up Kid Cudi car.
Yeah,
So,
just fucking recently.
so you already know what he about.
Yeah, that shit's crazy, man. Speaking of that, let's talk about that for a second, bro. How do you feel about that? That's out of some fucking mafia movie shit, dude.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's out of some movie
That's some
shit.
gangster shit, bro. That's some gangster shit. Like, that's
No,
next
for real.
level,
No, that's
bro.
some. That's
That's
some. You
next
gotta.
level, bro. You blow up a motherfucking car. First of all, I don't know anybody that has access or even know how to make a bomb. First of all.
Mm-mm.
Second of all, the fact you got away with that shit, and the only reason it came out is because that motherfucker told on you.
Right, right.
Like, bro, you
So it's
blew up
like
somebody's car. Fuck a
you must have
drive by.
had so much pull to keep people hush. You know what I'm saying?
Like you did some movie shit in real life. That's gangster as fuck if you ask me. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, nah.
Like I ain't gonna hold you. That's some gangster shit. Like if
And
you
I bet
really,
that's what he was thinking while he was plotting that shit up. You know what I'm saying?
why
Oh,
did
this
he
about to
even
be
do
some
that? I
gangsta.
forgot why he did that.
Apparently, I want to say it was because Cudi was talking to
Cassie.
Cassie, yeah,
Either
and
way,
was
like that.
they started liking each other or something, and then like Cassie told Diddy. Diddy found out
Yeah,
somehow.
and blew up his fucking
Diddy got
car.
mad and then tried to fucking kill him.
That's crazy as hell. Like you can't be possessive like that, bro. That's crazy. Like people are not objects, bro. We can't own people. Like if they
Oh,
not
that's
fucking with you, they fucking with
obsession, bro.
somebody else. Move on. Like, bro, you're rich. You can have any woman in the world.
Bro.
You're a
And
billionaire.
I think that's the problem though. Is you're rich. You can have anything in the world, you know what I mean? But
And
he
he was
wants the
like,
shit money can't buy. You know what I'm saying?
man,
He's done bought everything that he can fucking buy with money.
that's his
That's what
problem.
happens with a lot of these fucking serial killers or fucking rich folk who think they, you know what I'm saying? They done got bored. They done bought every fucking
And
sports
you know
car.
what
They
that
done,
is? I feel like that's their problem because their morals and values are not sitting in the right place and they're probably doing things that don't bring good value and good karma upon them. So they're living miserable. So that's on
words.
them. That's their fault.
Nah, preach
When
it.
you do evil,
Preach.
evil come upon you. The devil can give you prizes, but God only gives you blessings. You
Word.
feel me?
And then, but don't get it mistaken. Sometimes the devil will give you a blessing to make you keep following them. You know what I'm saying? You
That's
might think
that's
it's a
why I
blessing,
call it
but
a
it ain't.
prize. That's why I call it, he give you a prize.
Word,
You know what I'm saying?
word.
Because think of what a prize is. A prize, I can give you this lighter and it's a prize. It ain't gonna hold no fucking value to you in the future. It's just good for you right now. When
Right,
God give you a blessing, that's something that's gonna last a lifetime, even after you not here. You feel me?
word,
That's what they
word,
getting prizes, not blessings.
word. Nah, absolutely. That's fucking bro. You gotta be a preacher, dog.
Hey, chill, bro. My mom told me that. Chill.
Hey, bro.
Man, chill, bro. Too many people have told me that.
Hey, bro.
Hey,
I'm
man,
telling you,
listen.
dude. I think you could do that shit, bro. I really do. As much as you know about God and how closely you follow, but more than anything, how good you are at explaining things differently than how the older cats explain it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or just people in general. A lot of you got a question for a preacher or anybody, they might tell you with the I don't know or give you an answer that just don't seem logical at all. You know what I'm saying?
I
But you
feel that.
actually make that shit make sense, dog.
I appreciate that. But you know what's crazy, bro? And this is one of the reasons I resonate with that dude 607 runs. You know how he be like looking up and be like he get downloads and all that shit. I don't
Yeah,
call it downloads, but bro, a lot like don't get me wrong. I have my faith. I follow. I read my scriptures or whatever. And, I sit and I meditate. You know what I'm saying? I give God his time. But, like, when it comes to, like, how we just had that discussion and I came up with that, I don't sit and, like, pre-think none of that. You know what I'm saying? It just comes. Like, those
yeah,
messages come from God, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like, it's not me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's
yeah. Because it just flows. You know what I'm
exactly
saying?
like, how could I think of something like that so fast? Bro, I'm not that creative. You're
Right.
like,
And as much as people might think, none of our podcasts or videos, none of that's
they
ever been
already know nothing is
scripted.
scripted. We don't script this.
No,
I call
we
bro and
just
we get to it.
that's it. We just fire, we talk, bro. That's
But
it. That's
man,
all
that
we do,
that
bro.
that's crazy you said that because I done had multiple people tell me that I should
Yeah.
be a preacher. Multiple people tell me that, and I was just like, I'm not running from it, but I don't. Just like you said, I'm not like the traditional preacher. I don't feel like I need to be. I'm not the one to stand up in the pulpit in the suit with the robe on and all that.
Mhm.
I'm not that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's not me. Like I gotta figure out my way to get my message out. That's why I got this podcast. Is like I feel like this. I got to get my message out the way I know how to get it out. You know what I mean?
Word, word. Instead of and I want to say something that might be controversial, but I don't believe in okay. Let me reword. I don't I don't think you can find God in a place of worship or church. You know what I'm
No.
saying? And he says that multiple times in the Bible itself. You know, you're not going to find me in a place of worship. You're going to find me in the wilderness. You're going to find me on your own time. Now, where you go to pray and where you go to talk to your fellow peers and your fellow community, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole
Right.
different story. But that's where you learn lessons. That's not where you find God. You know
See
what I'm
this.
saying?
This is what people got. I'm a put some game out real quick. All right. Church is for people to come together and fellowship together. There's always the fellowship in numbers to come together. You know, it brings the spirit up. That's what the church is for. When you want to find God and find Jesus, you have to look within yourself. You can't
Word.
look up, you can't look down, you can't look around. You have to look within yourself. You feel me?
Word.
So when it comes to that, you know what I mean. Everybody has their own way of finding them. You know, everybody has their own story about finding them, but every story that they have is going to be within. Not to say you can't go to church and have something happen where church can introduce it to you, but you have to find it within yourself. Because I know people that go to church every Sunday and still ain't found God.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say something. I think that people go to church to make themselves feel better about the wrongs they do throughout the week.
They do. They do. And that ain't doing
Man,
nothing for you. If you don't talk to God yourself and repent for your sins every day, going to church ain't doing nothing. That's like not taking a shower but putting on deodorant. You still stink.
right,
You still gonna
right,
stink. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like, no, it don't work
Mm.
like that.
Ah, facts, absolutely. And some of y'all motherfuckers be skipping the deodorant too. So, you know what
Exactly.
I mean?
Exactly. All right, man. When like
Man, I heard some old guy one time. He told me, because people were asking him, you know, do I gotta quit smoking weed to find God? Do I gotta stop drinking to find
no,
God, or to be with God, or to follow God? Do I need to,
no.
quit all of these kind of negative sections on it? And I'm gonna go ahead and let you tell you your opinion. But what this guy was saying, he said that you don't go and think about getting in the shower to get clean. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You get in the shower, and then when you get out of the shower, you get clean. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
All right. I'm gonna break it down for you.
Right.
That make a whole lot of fucking sense. I like that. That make a lot of sense. I like that. But I'm gonna break it
Word.
down for you. The Bible says, "Come as you are." Right? Come as you are.
Word.
Now, and so it means like you don't have to come in a suit and tie, all clean, completely sober. You know what I'm saying? Oh, goody two shoes. You ain't gotta do that. Cause what's gonna make you? What? How is that gonna differ that person from somebody like me? What's gonna make the
Word.
difference? Nothing. You know what's gonna really make the difference? The fact
Mm.
that he's faking finding God, and I'm really doing it. You feel me?
Mm. Right.
Cause it people always think you gotta be so clean cut to be with God. No, no, not at all. In the Bible, it tells you when after a hard day's of work, have you a drink. Drink and be merry, but don't be drunk. What's
Right.
wrong with it? That's why every time y'all see me on stream, I got some Coronas. But guess what? Y'all can tell by the way I'm speaking, I'm not never drunk
Right.
ever. You know what I mean? That's because
Nah.
most
Word.
of the time we stream, it be after we get off work.
Right. Right. Right.
So I'm
Right.
having me a drink
Nah.
after my hard days of work.
Absolutely. And I completely agree. And another thing for me, is what I've always been told is God is respectful. You know what I mean? He's a respectful guy. So he's not gonna come up to you, come knock on your door, walk in your door, and be like,
No,
"Listen, you need to stop doing this. You need to stop doing this. You need to follow me right now."
we have free
Fuck
will.
no. He's gonna wait for you to let him in politely. He's gonna knock on the door. He's gonna wait for you to let him in, and then y'all are gonna sit down on your little couch. You're gonna drink some wine together, and then y'all can figure out whether you need to quit right now or what you feel like you need to stop right now or whatever. And then he can help. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the devil, he's gonna barge in that bitch and be like, "Nah, you fine, dude. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. You chill."
I ain't gonna lie. I agree and disagree with you on that. Cause
Okay.
yes, God will knock on your yes, God will come to your door, but you have to let him in. He's not gonna barge in. But I don't feel like God gonna help you figure out anything. You gotta do it for yourself. You have to seek his cause thing is, God is the type of God, closed mouth don't get fed. If you don't ask for his help, he not gonna give it. You know what I mean? Even if you accepted God and you don't found God in your life, if you don't if you don't ask for, this is why they say you have to be careful what you pray for. You gotta be careful what you ask for. Because if you don't ask God for exactly what you want, you're not gonna get it. And if you ask for something, he might give it to you, but he might not give it to you in the way you think.
Word.
Like for example, if say you pray to God and be like, Lord, I want to have patience. I want to be able to have patience. I'm so impatient. I want to learn patience. You know what he's gonna do? He's not gonna just say, "Boom, now you're patient." He's
Right.
gonna put you in a situation where you're forced to be patient, or you're gonna drown.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna fail. If you go and say, "Lord, I'm so bad with money. I want to learn. I want to learn how to be good with my money." He's not gonna give you more money to play with. He's gonna make it to where you literally. He's gonna put you probably where you broke, to where you have to literally manage every single dollar down to the last cent to learn money
Mm-hmm.
management. But
Word.
at the end of the day, you might sit there and think, "Oh, why I gotta go through this? Why I gotta go through this?" No, you getting what you asked for, and later down the line, you're gonna be better off.
Right.
That's how it operates. And a lot of people don't understand that. Like, your hardships are not always, oh, it's the devil, it's the devil. No, a lot of your hardships are made you to make you stronger. It's giving you what you want.
Yeah.
When you were a child and you did something bad, you got spanked, right? And to learn your lesson, you had to get your ass spanked, right?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Word. Absolutely. And and I think like a lot of these man is a lot of people like will think that there's like certain ways you have to go about it. You like I was saying, you got to stop drinking, you got to stop smoking. You shouldn't be rich. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people
Why you
put in
shouldn't
their
be
certain
rich?
minds off of reading these scripts because if you don't really look into the scripts completely, you know what I'm saying? If you don't actually read the verse before, read the verse after, really put the pieces together, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
You don't actually what was that taught in school? What was that called? Use your context clues. You know what
Thank
I'm
you.
saying? Use your fucking context clues. Read the verse before it, read the verse after it, read the verse in the middle, and then figure it out from that. But a lot of these people who read these verses like, you know,
They
the
just read
love of
that one
money is
that
the
one
root of
part
all
and run with
evil.
it. And it's like,
Right,
like, and then what I hate, people like to take the text and take it so literal. I be like,
right,
dude, you cannot take the shit literal.
right. Like for instance, a lot of people will go over the verses that say like that the love of money is the root of all evil. You know
Yep,
what I'm saying? And if you don't really break that verse down word for word, you'll simply think that
money is
that
evil.
means you shouldn't have a lot of money because it's evil to do so. It's not
No,
saying that.
no.
It says the love of money, not you having money is evil. If that's all you love, if that's all it is for you, is you just want money, 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 and it's not about being generous, it's not about sharing the money, it's not about spreading the wealth out, you know what I'm saying? And it's all about your temptations and what you want. Oh, I want that new Bugatti. Oh, I want that new Ducati. You know what I'm
Ain't even
saying?
that. Ain't even that. Cause I feel like if you don't put the work in, you don't made that money. Spend that money on whatever the fuck you want. But the thing is, the things people will do for money.
word.
That's the problem because people would
Word.
do just die like just heinous things for money.
Kill people over money. Sacrifice people over money, man. It's just
Exactly.
crazy. But in another thing is like it also says, beware of the temptations of wealth.
Yeah.
So it's not saying don't be wealthy. It's saying beware of the temptations that might fall when you get that wealth. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
All money ain't good money.
Or even just constantly fighting for always getting money. It said in the Bible, true life is found in a relationship with God.
Exactly. The thing is,
True
bro,
life.
money is a piece of paper, bro. It's a piece of paper.
Money was made by man.
Exactly. It's not even real for real. Honestly.
But I want to go over a verse with you because I was reading my Bible
What's
the other
up?
night and I was rereading it. Okay, so I was rereading it from the beginning again, and I was reading the first verses of when God created the earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it says that he created, the evening, he created the night, he
Mm-hmm.
created the earth, whatever. But then it says that whenever after he split the firmament from the high waters above and the low waters below,
Mm-hmm.
split the firmaments in between, so there's water both above and below.
So as
That
above as
after,
below. Yeah.
yeah, that after, which automatically triggers in my mind, okay, there's some type of dome or there's
Firmament.
something
Yeah.
that's keeping us from breaking out
Mm-hmm.
of this wherever. But two, he also says that then he waved his hand over the water
Mm-hmm.
to expose the land below,
Mm-hmm.
which had me then thinking, okay, so the water was already there.
Mm-hmm.
The water was already on earth.
Yeah.
So God didn't create water. So if he didn't create water, then what is water?
Nah, he created water.
But that's not what it says.
It might not
It
say
doesn't
it,
say
but
that he created the water. It says that he took his hand and waved it over the water that was already there. I can look up the exact verse,
all right.
but
Well, let me ask you this:
mhm.
if and YouTube, you ever watch the instruction guide on YouTube on certain shit, and they tell you basically the basics of what you do, but not the whole detail in depth of what to do?
Yeah.
Same thing, you know.
So you
Cause
think that
you
he
got to think about it
just
like this: if he created the evening, the morning, and the night, what did he create that for? Just nothing? You know what I'm saying? It had to be something there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, my thought process is that what if there was a planet there? What if it was just a planet of just water? It was nothing but water. Or what if it was space? That was all of space was nothing but water. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he pulled it. I don't know. I'm not a fucking scientist. It doesn't make no sense to me at all. I'm not
All
saying
right,
I'm right.
I'm gonna say it like this, bro. I'm gonna help you ease your mind. When it comes to God, how He operates and His creation, it's not gonna make sense. Cause at the end of the day, we are not on the plane of Him to understand Him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's like how you gonna try? How is something that how are we gonna explain something that created us? You know what I'm saying? How is the creation gonna explain the Creator? You know what I mean? Because the
Word.
creator can tell you anything. The creator, not, you know what I'm saying? He's the creator. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And just because it's not exactly stated that this happened, you know what I'm saying? We're not dumb. You know what I'm saying? We can put two and two together. It can be implied. You know what I'm saying? We should already know that. Like, hey, all right. It's just like at the job when it's like, all right, do this, that, and the third. I'm like, oh, so you don't gotta do this? Like, bro, if I gotta do this, of course I did this first. You know what I'm saying? I look at
Word.
it like that, cause
I don't know. I kind of agree,
cause you
but at the
got,
same time,
cause when
I
it comes to
have like
water, bro, water is special. Like water is, excuse me, like
I
water is
just feel like
cleansing.
the earth was already here. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he didn't create the earth. I feel like he found the earth, or maybe he did. Maybe he created it in way long ago, and he just came back to it. You know what I'm saying? But the only reason I say that is because in Genesis, the very beginning, you know what I'm saying? It says, it describes Earth. It says, now the Earth was formless, so it didn't have no form, didn't have no shape, didn't have
It was
nothing.
water.
It was empty. That's what I'm saying. It was empty. It was darkness, and that covered the surface, and it was deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. So my thought process is the waters were already there. You know what I'm saying? But how did they get there? I'm not
By
denying the
him.
fact that he already created the waters. I'm not denying it. Maybe he came back to it. I don't know. I'm not denying it because he is the creator. But why did he word it in that way? Instead of saying, I created the waters, then I separated
You're
it
asking the
with the
wrong
firmament.
question.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
you asking the
I'm
wrong
asking
question.
you
No, no,
because
no. Check me out. You asking the wrong question because it's not why did God word it that way. It's why man worded that way.
mm,
You feel me?
I feel you.
It's why man worded that way. We already know man changed the Bible at least twice. So
Words.
it's why man worded that way. That's that's
Why?
that's that's the only really explanation I can give you on
So
that.
then let's break that down. Why do you think they worded it that way?
Man gonna hold secrets. Man gonna hold secrets, and it also tells you in the Bible there are gonna be things, so many things to try to deter you away from God and deter you away from Jesus. Point blank, period.
Yeah.
So why not? Just like that little small thing had you going on a tangent to doubt that God created the waters. Simple things like that, bro, will make you doubt God. You know what I'm saying? Not
Words.
not saying you doubting them, God. You know what I'm saying? Because there's nothing wrong with questioning and pondering things. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
somebody that may be of a weaker mindset would doubt God just by something small like that. You know
You
what I
try to
mean?
use that as being like, well, he didn't create the water, so how did this get here?
But he ain't God.
No.
He not all powerful because he didn't do this and that and the third and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Man, you'll
Because
be
I always had that thought process my whole life. Well, not my whole life, but for a long time, because I grew up in a church. You know what I mean?
right.
So for a long time, my thought process was, okay, well, he can't be both. He can't be all powerful, and he can't be all good.
Who said
And
God was all
because,
good?
huh?
Who said
And I
God was
think
all
that you've
good?
explained it to me before, and it made sense when you did. But when we last talked about it, but I always had this thought process of, and I'll explain it because he can't be all powerful and all good at the same time. Because if he were all powerful, then he would have the capability to come down and tell you, hey, don't do that, you're going to die. Hey, do this because you're going to die. Or whatever. Hey, don't go there because you're going to get raped. Whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whatever the situation may be. And if he were all powerful, he would be able to stop those situations. You know what I'm saying?
He
But
could.
let's assume in that instance that he is all powerful and he can stop all those instances. He just chooses not to. Well, then that leaves the question of, okay, then maybe is he not all good? You know what I'm saying? And then you flip that same script. You say, okay, well, if maybe he is all good and he is a great man and or a great spirit and he is this, and this, he's all good. But it would make sense for him not to be all powerful, being that he's all good, because he can't stop you from being raped. He can't stop you from doing this. He can't stop you from that. But then you also kind of rebuttal that with, okay, well, even though he might not be all powerful, let's say he is all powerful and he is all good.
Right.
Well, if that were true, then he would stop the things that are happening.
Right.
But what if he doesn't think that they're bad? What if he thinks that this is the lesson, or this has to happen for this to happen for you to learn this lesson.
Not, no, no. Because at the end of the day, in God's eyes, bad is bad, good is good. You know what I'm saying? There's no in between, there's no gray area. You can't do
Right.
something bad and to be good. You know what I'm saying? But at the
Right.
same time, I do believe that there's a balance between bad and good. There can be a balance. But in the action itself, it is bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so,
But
what would you say to counteract that? You know what I'm saying? To say, with me saying that he's either all good or he's either all powerful.
he's both. He's both, and this
And
is why he's both.
how would you say explain? Sorry about that. How would you
This
explain that?
this is why he's both. This is why he's all powerful and all good. Now, one, he's all powerful because he has the power to control all of this, or we wouldn't be here. And he's all good because, I mean, he just is. He can be, he can uplift your life tremendously. But think of it like this: if I have $1 million and my brother comes asks me, was like, brother, I need help. I give him 20,000. I helped him. That makes me a good person, right?
Yeah.
But this dude that I know who's a piece of shit, that I know has a gambling problem, a drinking problem, a drug problem, who I know gonna fuck that money off and just be on the same bullshit he been on, doing evil shit. He comes ask me for money and I tell him no. Does that make me a bad person?
No, because you know the things that he's gonna go do with that money.
Right, but I told him no. That's not a good thing to
But that
tell
is.
somebody no that's in need. He's broke. He need money.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's one example. Cause thing is, you know what I'm saying? Cause just because I didn't perform the same good act with this person who was in the same need, their intentions were different, which makes it bad. I can't condone that.
Right,
You
but
feel
what
me?
I'm saying is, like, where does God play in that factor?
He's not
You
gonna
know what I
play
mean?
in it. He's not gonna play in it. You know why?
Hmm.
Because we have free will. If God was to intervene in everything, what's the point of free will? We would be robots. You know what I mean? The point of us being here is to test us, put us through situations, even though we create our own situations, I fully believe we create our own situations. God has a path for us, but we can also deviate that path, do this way. We got so many possibilities we can do because we have free will.
Mm.
And it's just a
Word.
test to see whether we deserve to be above or below.
So would you say that it's a possibility? Because this is the thing. He didn't create hell for us. He created hell for Lucifer
Mm-hmm.
specifically, and that's why I also would say that God is a good God. You know what I'm saying? Because in the story about Lucifer, the only reason Lucifer went to hell was because that's the place that God created for him.
Yeah.
That's how he wanted it. That's what he wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, in my opinion, he created something. He was like, okay, my son's a psychopath. Well, let me give my son a psychopathic room.
And you know why he's all good too? Cause even though Lucifer is who he is and he does what he does, God still love him.
He does, because Lucifer comes back into heaven at a certain point, and God says is like, yo, where you been at?
Listen,
Like,
I tell
where
you
you
like
been? How you
this.
been?
I
Like,
tell
he
you like
never even
this.
kicked him out.
Lucifer talked to God more than God talked to Jesus. And that's a
Mm-hmm.
fact.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. So how
I
can he
think
not be
that
all
it's a
good?
possibility that God is more of a understanding spirit
Yes.
than people understand.
Exactly. Like think about it like this, bro. God is love. He's understanding. He's wisdom. He's all of that. Think
Right.
about it like this. You know why in the Bible it say forgive and forget? People don't even know how to forgive for real. You know what I'm saying?
Back.
God can,
Back.
cause He forgive you 77 times 7 times a day.
Yeah.
Who you know gonna forgive you that many times in your whole lifetime at that? nobody, but God will. He'll forgive you that in a day.
Yeah. I think that
Excuse me.
it can he can be helpful. It's like you said, because that really shredded a light, and I hope that made sense for a lot of people, because it definitely like threw a light bulb in my head. It was like, okay, yeah, God made free will for all the people asking, okay, well, God lets this happen, God lets that happen, God lets this happen, God lets this person murder this person, murder. Well, what type of God would he be if he just came down telling you what to do all the time?
It's just like your mom and your dad. When you turn 18, your parents let you go make your own decision.
Then you would be mad at him for coming down and telling you not to do some shit.
Exactly.
So now you're complaining about something else.
Like think of it like this, bro. When you in school, you in test. Your whole class got a test. Y'all having a test. Your teacher not about to walk around. No, don't put that answer right there. Put this. No, your teacher gonna sit there and watch. Even if you fucking up, you gonna sit there and watch and let you fuck up. And after the test, gonna tell you, hey, you made an F, man. You supposed to do this, that, and the third. You fucked up this, that, and the third. Here, retake it. You know what I'm saying? Try again. Next time, do better. You know what I'm saying? Next test, do better. That's how God operates. You gotta pass your test. You gotta study, which is read the Bible, and pass your test. You know what I'm saying? I hope so. That's why I tell y'all to listen to the end. You know what I'm saying? Because that right there was a message that I really wanted to get out to people. You know what I'm saying? Just study for your test and pass them, bro. And you gonna get that A. Tell you. But hey, man, this been a good one, man. I enjoyed this one right here, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it as well. Y'all remember, like, comment, subscribe for more content like this. We got more coming, more interviews coming, more everything coming. Go ahead and follow us on all the platforms, Instagram, Facebook, all that Jump Around Podcast. Y'all know what it is. But I appreciate y'all coming through again. Hey, my boy, Tommy, we gonna get back. We gonna touch more bases on this again, my boy. We definitely gotta touch down. We just had church in here. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Every time, man. We always end up going that way.
Hey, that's what that is. Hey, like we said earlier, it ain't scripted, so it's meant to be. It's meant to be.
Right.
But hey, man, y'all enjoy y'all evenings. I appreciate y'all coming through. Peace.
It's TDG. Hey, I'm on the grind, I'm trying to get mine. Rock black shades, thinking I'm blind. Fam said slides, well nigga, let's ride. Who got a wood? I'm trying to get high. Fuck that grand roll up a 3-5.